Hello friends, today we are going to talk about the minerals and power resources. That is the chapter of geography of class 8. So in this minerals and power resources, let us try to understand the topic first. Minerals are naturally occurring substances that has a definite chemical proportion, and power resources are the resources which provide us energy to perform various activities. Now these power resources, they are also of two types, and one of them is like those that have been in common use for a long time. For example, firewood, fossil fuels, etc. Okay, so this if we talk about the present time, this modern world, it is showing a great speed in the field of the development, and these mineral resources, they are considered as the backbone of this development, because these minerals and are acting a very important role in the development phase of the present time. And rocks and minerals, they are all made from the earth crust, and these rocks are not made from one mineral, it is made from more than one mineral or more than that. Okay, so there are different types of minerals which are found, and the chemical composition, it has got various chemical compositions, and this chemical proportion, they have a it is in the definite proportion. Okay, in this minerals, they are present in the definite chemical composition. And today in the modern society, there are the application of these minerals. For that, the proper knowledge is very important for the application of minerals and also for the power resources. So this here we shall be studying one by one in the under the different topics. So let us see about the types of the minerals. Now these minerals, they consist of more than one element, and like we had discussed in the previous video about the natural vegetation, and also like they are natural vegetation is also not concentrated at a particular place. In the same way, these minerals are also not concentrated at any particular area. Now some of the minerals which is found in the area, that can be accessed easily, but there are certain minerals which cannot be accessed easily. And for example, like the areas of Antarctica and Arctic ocean beds, these are the areas from where the minerals cannot be taken out easily. And minerals, they are present in the nature in a very natural way, and it has been created also in a very natural process without any human interventions. No interference of the human beings is there in the formation of the minerals. Then there are different types of the minerals, and that types of the minerals, it depends upon the composition, and for that the minerals are classified under metallic and non-metallic. So metallic resources, if we talk about, then metallic resources are the minerals that contain one or more metals. Okay, the metal minerals that contains one or more metals, and in general they occur as mineral deposits and are a very good conductor of heat and electricity. Now metallic minerals, they occur in a rare and natural formed concentration known as mineral deposits, and these metallic minerals are broken apart, they have to be processed. Okay, they have to be, whatever minerals are present in the natural form, they have to be broken apart, and then they are chemically processed for the extraction, and then only it can be used. So it is processed to extract the useful metals. All are not useful, so the wastes are separated, and then it is extracted, and the useful metals from the minerals from where it is it has to be processed properly. So here the metallic minerals, they contain the metals in the raw form, and this raw form which is present in the that is known as ore. And this, there are certain examples like gold, silver, iron. So the ores are named as gold ore, silver ore, iron ore, copper ore. Okay, these are some of the metallic minerals. And this, most of these metallic minerals, they are found in the igneous or metamorphic rock. As we know that there are three types of rocks: metamorphic, igneous and sedimentary. So they are these metallic minerals, they are mainly found in the igneous and metamorphic rocks. And these minerals which is found in the ore form, they are very hard and they also have some luster, they shine a lot, and they are somewhat shiny. And then the metallic minerals, they are again further classified as ferrous and non-ferrous. Now the ferrous and the non-ferrous, if we see about, then the ferrous part, that is the minerals which contains the iron. And there are certain examples like manganese, chloromite or iron ore. These are some of the ferrous minerals. And the non-ferrous minerals are the minerals which do not contain any iron. So those for example gold, silver, copper, lead, these are some of the non-ferrous minerals. Then the next topic we have, that is about the non-metallic minerals. Now these non-metallic minerals are a special group of chemical elements from which no new products can be generated if they are melted. Supposing they are melted in the metallic one, what we can do, when it is melted, then the metallic form is obtained. But in non-metallic, if it is melted, then no such new products can be generated. So metallic minerals are the minerals in which the metal elements are present in the raw form. Then only from these metallic minerals the metals are extracted, and in non-metallic minerals they do not contain any metal substances. And that is why when these metallic minerals are melted, a new product is formed. But in non-metallic, no such new metals are formed, no such new things are formed. Okay, this is the difference between the metallic and the non-metallic. So non-metallic, it is very much clear from the name only that non-metallic minerals, that means the metal content is not there. Now for example, sulfur, potash, nitrate, salt, coal, these are some of the non-metallic minerals, and they are generally found in sedimentary rocks, and it is also sometimes found in the alluvial deposits of the river beds. So now there are these minerals are extracted. This is present in inside the earth. So it is very important to understand that how these minerals are extracted from the earth. There are different processes which are adapted for the extraction of the minerals. So here we have the flow chart about the extraction of the minerals, that is quarrying, mining, drilling, open cast mining, then shaft mining. So very brief description we shall be having about to understand that what are the different methods which are used to extract the minerals. Now quarrying, it is the extraction of minerals from the surface of the earth, and a quarry is a type of mine that is also called an open pit mine. Why? Because it is open to the earth surface, and on the most of the for the common purposes of the quarries, and it is extracted from the open cast mining, and it is for example for building materials, construction materials, to build roads, buildings, etc. For all these things this quarrying is done. Then open cast mining, it is exposed, it exposes the ore body from the surface of by separating or removal of ores and associated waste rocks. Open pit mining is generally safer than the underground mining, because in open pit mining what happens, it is open, and underground mining the people have to go to work underground, so it is not that safe. And in the open cast mining what happens, it is highly visible, and the management, they have a better control, and it is easy to manage. Then there is another methodology for extraction of minerals, that is drilling, and it is a process of making a hole into a hard surface, and where the length of the hole, see it drills inside, and the length of the hole is very deep, and it is if you see the diameter, as compared to the diameter, the hole is larger, and it make holes also into the rock masses. Then these are few of the ways through which the extraction of the minerals happens, that is quarrying, mining, drilling, open cast, shaft mining. These are some of the methods. So I hope you have understood that these minerals which are found in the surface of the earth, that has to be extracted for the use. And in the first chapter we had talked about the resources. Unless and until the resources are of use, thing is of use, it cannot be called as a resource. So these are the resources, and it has been extracted, and according to the knowledge and the advancement of the technology and understanding, people has been using all these minerals. Now the distribution of minerals, if we see this is the open cast mining, where it is open to the ground, and then this is the shaft mining. This is the shaft mining. So here this is the you can see this open mining, it is open to the earth, and it is easily being managed. So this is the difference between the open cast and these are the two pictures which is showing, that is open cast and the shaft mining. Now the distribution of minerals in the world, as we know that like natural vegetation also we had studied, that is not equally distributed. In the same way, minerals are also not distributed all over the world in a definite proportion. It is not present in that way. Okay, there are some metallic minerals which is found in the old plateaus, and then non-metallic minerals which are found in plains and young fold mountains. And then in this way, the distribution of the minerals, they are not uniform. The rocks there are, as we know that there are mainly three types of rocks: igneous, metamorphic and sedimentary, and different types of rocks contain different types of minerals. And rocks appear different in color also. Due to why it is different in color? Because of the presence of mineral. Which type of mineral is present in them, that affects the color of the rock. So here we shall be knowing that there are certain minerals which are being found in different parts of the world. So namely Asia, Europe, North America, then South America, Africa, Australia, Antarctica. So one by one we shall be talking about the different areas where particular type of minerals are found. There are many minerals which are found in different countries, but there are certain minerals which are the leading producers. Okay, like Asia, it produces more than half of the world tin. Tin is found in different parts of the world, but more than half of the tin is found in Asia. In the same way, we shall be talking about the other minerals also. Now, Asia, it is one of the largest producer of the minerals in the world. There are various different minerals which are present in Asia, and it is, if you compare with the other areas or continents or big countries, then we find that Asia is having the largest producer of minerals in the world. And there are large iron ore deposits also found in China and India. And whereas Indonesia, Malaysia, China are the world's leading producers of the tin. So here we find that lot of minerals are found. Now some of the more minerals which are found in Asia, they are lead, and then there are great deposits of manganese, bauxite, nickel, zinc and copper. These are some of the minerals which are found majorly in Asia, and since varieties of minerals are found over here and in abundance, that is why it has been said that Asia is one of the largest producer of the minerals in the world. Then let us see in Europe, it is also said that it is the storehouse of iron ore, and there are many countries which in under Europe, there are many countries which has got abundance of iron ore, like the countries of Russia, Ukraine, Sweden, France. These are some of the countries where the rich deposits of manganese, nickel, copper, lead, zinc, they are found, and that is why this area also has a great reservoir of the minerals. Then in North America, it has a rich variety of mineral deposits. In North America, it is also very much rich in the deposits of the minerals, and America, as it has been divided into 3 zones. Then the Canadian zone that lies on the north of the Great Lake, and the Alpecian region, the mountain ranges in the west. This way it is divided, and here minerals like iron ore, nickel, gold and uranium, copper are mined in the Canadian shale regions, and coal is also found in the Alpecian region. Now these are there are a few more minerals which are found over here. They are namely copper, lead, zinc, gold and silver. So these are some of the minerals which are found in North America. Now let us see what are the different minerals which are found in South America. So here Brazil is the leading producer of high grade of iron ore in the world. Okay, yeah. Now the iron which is found, that is also of different quality. Okay, so it is of the higher grade. And then Chile and Peru are some of the leading producers of copper. Then in the South America, it is rich in gold, silver, zinc, chromite and then manganese, bauxite, mica, diamond. These are some of the minerals which are found over here. Then in Africa, let us see, in Africa, it is the world's largest producer of diamonds, gold and platinum. So here in Africa, we see platinum, gold and diamond. These are found in abundance, and large part of gold deposits come from South Africa, Zimbabwe. So these are some of the places where all these minerals are found, like minerals like uranium, cobalt, copper, bauxite and iron ore. They are also found over here. So here we come to know that which are the minerals which are found in Africa. Now let us see about the Australia. Australia, it is very much rich in copper, lead, zinc and manganese. It is also one of the leading producers of the gold, diamond, iron ore, tin, nickel. So here also varieties of minerals are found, and it is also the largest deposit of bauxite in the world. See, bauxite is found in other parts of the world also, but here in Australia it is the largest deposit. Here largest deposit of bauxite is found. Then Antarctica, it is difficult to explore the minerals resources due to, because see, Antarctica, it is in the polar region, and there what happens in the polar region, it is ice capped. There is lot of covering of ice, so from there it is very difficult to explore these minerals and extract it from there. So there are small deposits of coal in Antarctic mountains and iron near the Prince Charles Mountains of East Antarctica. Now there are the reserves of coal, iron ore and then copper, uranium, gold, silver. These are also found in Antarctica. Now I have already told you earlier that the extraction of the minerals, that is also possible. It is accessible in certain areas and it is not easily accessible in the other area. See, here in Antarctica it is not easily accessible due to the ice coverings. So I hope you must have understood that what are minerals and the metallic and the non-metallic minerals which I talked, and then what are the different methods through which the extraction of minerals happens, which are the methodologies which are used, where we had I had told you about the different methods which are used, that is quarrying, mining, drilling, open cast and shaft mining. Then we talked about the distribution of minerals in the world. So go through the same topics in your textbook for the better understanding. Thank you.